When it comes to lining, there are a lot of different things that can go wrong. Oftentimes, as a beginner, the things that we should be paying attention to are what we often overlook. A great example of something that we commonly overlook, especially as a beginner, is the stroke of the machine that we are using. So let's say we are wanting to practice lining. We have the intent to be in and out with one pass, clean, solid, consistent lines. Well, if we get a machine that's around the 2 to 3 millimeter stroke range, we may be struggling to accomplish those one pass lines, as a 2 to 3 millimeter stroke has a softer hit. Let's say we use a machine that has a 4 millimeter stroke and or above, then we're going to be hitting into harder territory, which means it's going to be a lot more easier to deposit lines the way that we would need. So simply not picking the right stroke on the machine could definitely go right or left depending on which direction you were wanting to go. So as a beginner, if it's not the stroke that is throwing us off of our machine, it's going to be some of the techniques that we need to use to apply lining correctly. So a good example of that would be sometimes we tend to run at a lower voltage. If we're running at a lower voltage, then we may not be able to apply the lines that we would need depending on the needle size that we are using. Right here I have the Stay Light tattoo machine, which is a 4 millimeter stroke. I'm going to be demonstrating my point here running at 4 volts even. A common mistake that I've seen beginners make, especially when it comes to lining, is either not having an adequate stroke that they need for their application, and or simply just having bad technique, whether they are moving too fast and or moving too slow. Right now I'm running at 4 volts even. So let's say alongside with not having a good stroke, let's say if I just simply choose to have bad technique as well by moving my hand too fast. So what's going to happen is if I start lining right here and I just kind of start moving through this as quickly as I can, or the way I think I should, I'm going to get very inconsistent results. Not only that, this is going to have a sort of faded appearance. The line weight will never be captured. You can see after doing that, nothing really happened. I didn't give my needle enough time to make its rounds here, so therefore the deposit was not clean, it was not consistent, and it's not saturated. This right here, along with picking the wrong stroke, is one of the most common things that I've seen, or common mistakes that I've seen beginners make, is just simply not having the correct technique for lining to get the results that they are wanting to accomplish. Even if I were to go over this area again, just simply moving too fast, as you see here, I'm still not getting saturation the way that I should. On top of that, I'm more prone to making mistakes because I am moving faster. So as a beginner, if I keep using this technique throughout the entire tattoo, not only will I risk unwanted trauma to the client, which could be potential scarred healing, I also risk making mistakes along the way throughout the entire tattoo, as well as having inconsistent results upon healing. So inadequate technique in terms of moving too fast is one of the most common mistakes that I've seen beginners make. Another common mistake that I've seen beginners make is essentially the opposite of this. So if I take up my voltage from 4 volts, let's go to maybe around 6 volts. I'm going to get a pretty high voltage going, and I'm essentially going to slow my hand speed down tremendously. So this is pretty much the opposite of what I just demonstrated, but it is another common mistake that I've seen. I don't know why, as a beginner, we tend to think that the more rounds our needle is making, the more saturation it is going to have, which is not always the truth. A lot of that really is dependent on our technique. So if I'm moving at a faster hand speed, if I'm moving at if I have a higher voltage, but I'm moving at a slower hand speed, I'm going to be causing trauma to the skin. So the needle is making way too many rounds per section here, and that's where we're going to get the scarring. That's where the textured healing comes into play. That's where all of that begins to really show up. So you can see that the needle is screaming, and it is making a lot of rounds, more rounds than it needs to make in a section. And you can see that the technique, although it looks saturated, the technique doesn't quite look right because the sound combined with the speed just doesn't line up. The sound is making a lot of rounds per minute while my speed is moving really, really slow. So this is exact opposite of this. Both of them are inadequate and both of them are beginner common mistakes that are made. Another one that I've seen is where we have a high voltage and we're moving too fast. That can also cause unwanted pain for the client, unwanted trauma such as textured healing or scarring, and it's just an overall negative experience throughout the entire workflow. I think that whenever our fundamentals are unaligned, it makes for a less neat of an experience and it makes for a more messier approach as well. Another common beginner mistake that I've seen people run into are, again, having a higher voltage but moving too fast. So it's not going to be the opposite of this one, but the opposite of this one, to where instead of moving too slow, I'm going to have a higher voltage and I'm just simply going to move fast. This is going to be no different from this technique right here. The only thing is we just have a higher voltage. So we may get a little bit more saturation or we may not. We may get the exact same results. As you can see, if I wipe away, the results are that of these right here. So it doesn't matter. Either way, this is all still improper technique. These are common mistakes that I, even myself as a beginner, when I first started, ran into. So the stroke of the machine and the fundamentals of our technique are where a lot of these common beginner mistakes happen. As a beginner, we should pay a bit more attention to our setup so that way we could align our technique to our setup and then get the fundamentals all aligned to produce the cleanest possible results that we can. What that would look like would be to line at a healthier voltage. So I'm going to go from 6 volts down to 5 volts even. If I need to fluctuate, I will fluctuate from there. I'm going to identify my point A and point B, and then I'm going to navigate on over from my point A and make it to my point B as cleanly as possible. These are little things as a beginner that I often overlook, was just simply knowing what I am going to do next. So let's say, for example, if I start right here on this part of the tattoo, what I'm going to do is make sure that I have a right stroke machine for this application. So I'll be lining this entire design. So I'm going to want a 4mm stroke just so that way I can be in and out with each and every line. I am going to be using 5 volts to line with a 7-round shader. All of this is going to vary on your application, your technique, and your machine, what you feel comfortable using. From here, once I've aligned those fundamentals, I'm going to make sure that my posture, my position is comfortable. I'm going to identify my point A and B. So here's my A point. I'm going to taper into my A point, and I'm going to move in a manner that gives my needle enough time to work to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. And then when I reach my point B, which is essentially where I started on this specific part, I'm going to taper out. So that way it looks like one clean, cohesive line like that. I'm going to dab away. I'm going to wipe away, put a generous amount of ointment to see the results. So we can see instantly that once I start focusing on my technique, that my saturation and my cleanliness does get a lot better. From here, I'm going to do the same thing. Taper in, identify point A and B, make sure my posture, my position is comfortable, align my hand speed to my voltage, and bring it around like so. So that right there, this simple workflow that I'm sharing with you is something that I did overlook. It did impact my results for the worse. So here's my A point. I got to give my needle enough time to work. I've now caught into the skin and I'm now depositing ink. I'm going to repeat this steady, paceful flow all the way throughout this part of the design with a taper out. And the taper in and out are very, very tiny, but they are necessary to produce cleaner lines that you can't tell the starting and end points. That right there was a proper application. That is where essentially we want to work towards. Each and every time we apply a line, we want to do it while causing minimal trauma to the skin, but producing the cleanest optimal results that we can produce as the artist. If you are a beginner and you find yourself struggling with any sort of adversity, such as inconsistent line weights, maybe a faded appearance, maybe you just can't get clean lines for whatever reason, then you may want to go to the basics and focus on the fundamentals. Make sure that you have the correct stroke machine for the application at hand. Make sure you find a healthy voltage and make sure you have good needle angle, good ink flow, and you are comfortable in the direction you are working in. Another common mistake that I've seen beginners make when it comes to lining is focusing on pressure to accommodate for needle depth. Now, needle depth isn't really about pressure in my opinion, as much as it is about timing. So let me explain. Oftentimes when we just start, needle depth is going to be something that's heavy on our mind, especially as a beginner. Oftentimes what I see beginners do is they'll simply go and then kind of just stick the needle right in. So I'm going to press down hard. And that's what I see beginners do. Now, although this did produce a more saturated looking line than the previous lines over here, however, this technique was literally drilling, stabbing into the skin. If this were on human skin, this technique would not only cause more pain for the client, I doubt that they would be able to sit through an entire tattoo, and I also doubt that that tattoo is going to heal cleanly to any extent, whether it's consistency with the line weight or the overall appearance when it's done. This right here is just an inadequate technique that may look correct, especially as a beginner. However, it is definitely wrong. The reason why it's wrong is because we do not need that much force to apply clean, solid, consistent, saturated lines. I will say that again. The reason why this is wrong is because we do not need that much force to apply clean, solid, consistent, saturated lines. Instead, what we would want to do is focus on the needle tips and how much time we give the tip of the needle to work. So I'm just going to hover over and I'm just going to go to a comfortable depth here. And then you're going to see that I'm letting the needles cycle around enough to deposit the ink in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Bring it around and a taper out into the existing line. Instantly, we do get a heavier line weight, but we do get a more saturated appearance there. So that right there is another common mistake, if not one of the most upfront common mistakes that I've seen, is the misinterpretation of needle depth. It's really not determined on how deep we go, but more so how much time we give our needle to work. So you can see I'm working on just the very tips of the needles, but for whatever reason, I'm still accomplishing optimal saturation, minus the trauma, minus the extra pain, and minus the inconsistent healing results. A quick recap on beginner mistakes. Common beginner mistakes that have been made are selecting the wrong stroke. We're either moving too slow, moving too fast with the voltage either too low or too high, or our needle depth is off as well. For the beginners that are wanting to better their tattooing technique, first thing that I would say is to select a machine with a 4mm stroke and or above, especially if you're going to be focusing on dominant lining. So get a machine with a high stroke, such as a 4mm stroke or above. Next, you want to get comfortable with a voltage. I would recommend starting at around 5 to 6 volts to begin practicing lining. Work your way up and around from there. Depending on the machine that you are using is going to require more or less voltage. I would recommend starting at a lower voltage at around 5 volts, focusing on identifying your A point to your B point. On top of that, focus on your ink flow, your needle angle, and align your hand speed to your voltage. I'm going to do a small taper in right here. Let the tip of the needle make enough rounds, and then I'll notice that the ink is deposited in a clean, solid, consistent, saturated manner. I'm going to bring it this way with a taper out like so. And you can see that the line weight reflects the line weight of the needle that I'm using, but the entire line is solid, clean, saturated, and consistent. I'm going to taper back in. And then take my time lining, and at the end, I'm going to do a taper out. I've identified my point A and point B. There we go. Taper out right there. And then I'm going to repeat that again. So here's my A point. Just using the very tip of the needle, allowing the needle to make enough rounds. Like so. And then I'm going to do that again over here. So that right there is what I would recommend focusing on as a beginner tattoo artist. A point, B point, needle angle, adequate ink flow, posture position, comfortable voltage. Make sure your angle stays the same the whole way, as you see. I'm going to do the same thing. So here's my A point, and I'm going to bring it down to my B point. Now I'm giving the needle enough time to make its deposits, taper out at the end. Still running at 5 volts even. I could even do this at 4 volts just by adjusting my application a little bit. So you can see there is that part done with correct technique. And I'm getting clean, solid, consistent results that would also heal pretty much the same as we see the ink going in here. There's not going to be any scarring, any textured healing, bruising, or anything going on like that. These are a few common mistakes that I have seen beginners make. Now, I'm sure there are many more that I'm not going over in this specific video. However, I will make a more in-depth video talking about mistakes that I've seen beginners make, and then I'll go ahead and bring more clarification on how I go about adjusting to not make those mistakes anymore. But for now, I feel like this would be a great place to conclude this video. If you have any questions at all about anything that you saw or heard throughout this video, I encourage you to drop a comment down below. I will do my absolute best to assist you in the best possible direction. Before you go, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and ring that bell for me, as I will be bringing more videos like this for you all. I do also have social medias under the same name as my YouTube. I have Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok, all under Daniel Yuck. I would appreciate the support over there as well. With that being said, I appreciate you, your time, and your support. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.